Hey, this is Wilson. Tonight I'm joined by only one of my prestigious co-hosts, Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. Mitch, how you doing tonight? Um,
A little tipsy. I'm not gonna lie to you. A
right.
little tipsy.
So
Not really,
Galvez is not with
but
us because Galvez. I basically it's Memorial Day, 9:05 p.m. right now on Monday, and Galvez he likes to celebrate holidays. So when I called him earlier, he didn't pick up, so he's not with us. And then Shane Murray isn't with us either for the first time since Mitch and Shane joined the podcast. And we're going to get to why Shane Murray is with us in a few. But first, I want to get the basketball stuff out of the way. Of course, tonight was Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Boston Celtics, after coming back from down 0-3 to force a Game 7 at home, they came out tonight and laid an egg and got blown out by the Heat, and the Heat are advancing to their second NBA Finals in the last 4 years after winning Game 7 tonight in Boston. Um, so we're going to get into that, and we're going to preview Lakers and I'm sorry, not Lakers, Nuggets and Heat in the NBA Finals, and then after that, we'll get into the Lakers and what they should do in the off season, who should stay, who should go, and then once we're done with that, I think we're going to spend the bulk of this episode discussing what happened on Saturday and how it ties into Shane Murray not being with us tonight. So let's. Oh yeah. So usually we start with a prize pick segment. We didn't really last week, not really. And then the games don't finals don't start until Thursday, so the board is not even up for game one really. I'll just say that I learned something yesterday. Basically, how to hedge your bets. Meaning, basically, what happened to it was like when Sleeper and Prize Picks and Underdog, they'll have these special discounts, right? So for this game tonight, you had on Sleeper, you had Derek White. His special was half a point, right? So if he scored half a point, it's basically a free square, right? And then
yeah.
in the and then on Underdog, they had a free square basically for Jason Tatum, so only half a point. And what I learned from Furnace Picks was what you do in situations like that when you have one square that's basically free, or I should say two squares that are free. He suggested, and I tailed that he suggested he put some slips out. He had a one on a sleeper. It was Jimmy Butler over under 6.5 assists, and on underdog the line was 6 assists. So he and I tell him it was Butler under 6.5 assists and over on sleeper, and then six and over 6 assists, under 6.5 assists on sleeper, and over 6 assists on um, on underdog. And so I played those slips, two slips, basically hedging. So basically betting against the Butler, two uh, opposite bets on Butler's assists. And basically, what that does is it guarantees you a profit whether you win or lose. And so that's what I'm going to do. Be trying to do moving forward, which is find picks either even like
Hedge your bet.
huh?
Basically, hedge your bet.
Right, yeah. So you're already familiar with this, right, Mitch? This
A little bit. A little
strategy,
bit.
right? So
Yeah, I follow a guy that does kind of the same thing, but he does it with like League of Legends though.
right, but so Prize Picks, like how they do the tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. So when they do their discounts, that's the perfect kind of, I mean, the best opportunity, unless it's like a special zero, point, point 0.5 points or something like that. That's the perfect opportunity to do this type of thing. You take, one of the discounts, and you take another one of the discounts, and then you take whatever a certain over under for a player on whatever the prop is, and you do one under on one and over on the other one, and as long as the tacos hit and the discounted slip hits, you're guaranteed a profit. I've heard guys say that they only. I think Mitch, you said once that you kind of sometimes like you only do Taco Tuesday, you know? because it
I mostly do Taco Tuesday.
right. It's just, I mean, just it's just the smart move. If you're, the thing about gambling is it's an addiction for a lot of guys. But if you're just trying to play
Mm-hmm.
it smart and guarantee yourself a profit in the
Well,
long
no, I'm
run,
trying to win money.
right? If that's what you're trying to do, then hedging bets is, is a great strategy to do that. Okay, so on to what happened tonight, which was the Miami Heat. After blowing a 3-0 lead, they go into Boston. They kick the Celtics' ass. Jason Tatum, on like the first play of the game, sprained his ankle, and he was hobbling around out there the whole game. And I mean, the Heat kicked their ass, bro. Plain and simple. So, the Heat move on, and they face the Nuggets. Series starts Thursday on ABC. Uh, I don't know what the odds are right now, but I think that the Nuggets should be pretty easily or heavily favored. You know, um, and obviously they have home court advantage. They have the best player in the series, Jokic. The Heat are tough, but it's going to be a tough matchup for the Heat. Uh, I don't even know. I really don't know if these. I mean, it's crazy. Caleb Martin's becoming a really good player. It's amazing that Miami has even made the finals with their. Tyler Herro's a 20-point scorer. He's been out since the first game of the playoffs, and yet they made the finals. They beat the 1 seed Milwaukee and then beat the 2 seed Boston 2 rounds later. So it's been a remarkable run for Miami. Eric Spoelstra does more with less than any coach in the league. He's the best coach in basketball. Um, but I just don't think they have. I think he's been cleared for basketball activities, but even if he's able to play, I just don't see how they have enough for the Nuggets. So, Mitch, you got any thoughts on how that NBA Finals will go?
I'm rooting for Miami. I'm rooting for Miami. I'm rooting for Hemi buckets. But man, everything that I've seen from Denver and the things that I've seen in this Miami Celtics series, I don't see how the Nuggets lose, to be honest. I think the glaring weaknesses that I see from the Heat, they miss a lot of easy buckets and they give up way too many offensive rebounds. So what that shows me is that, you know, basically the Joker is going to be able to clean up. He'll like I could see him averaging like 17 rebounds, and he'll probably have games where he probably gets like 3, 4, 5 offensive rebounds in one trip. So
Mhm.
he's Joker will probably have at least 2 or 3 20-point rebound games. I could see that. He'll probably have 20, 20, and 10 games. And I don't know. I don't see how Miami can do it, but I'm rooting for him for sure. I'm hoping they can prove me wrong, to be honest. So I think I mean I want to say Nuggets in 6, but hopefully it's Heat in 6.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see.
yeah, it's one of those where like when we played Miami in 2020 in the bubble, they had enough heart to take two. It wasn't
Right.
really the talent; it was just their determination. They just, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a team that they their spirit is the spirit of Pat Riley. Pat Riley,
Yeah.
he
Facts.
behind all the flash and stuff of Showtime, those were some tough dudes, and Riley coached them tough. And then he went to New York and Miami, and we saw what he did there, the culture he brought there. So they're tough as nails, and they got all types of heart. But again, it's just sometimes you're just outgunned. And Mitch mentioned what Jokic is. Like I mean, Bam is a really good player, but he's like he's undersized, and I really think he and Jimmy are really as great as Jimmy is. He's played himself in the Hall of Fame more than likely. But at the end of the day, it's like these guys are. He's never been first team All NBA. He's not really a superstar in the LeBron or Durant sense. He's a really, really, really good player. And like I said, he's gotten better as he gets older. Only gotten better as he gets older. But really, he's not. I mean, he and Bam are like, it is what it is. Like I said, Jimmy's never made first team All NBA. Neither is Bam. Bam is undersized, and Joker's just gonna do what Joker does. And I said something that I knew myself was controversial, which is that, man, watching that series that we played against the Nuggets, it made me wonder if that was what it felt like but for opposing fans of the Lakers back when we had Shaq and Kobe. Now I know that's because really, I mean,
right.
Yeah, Jokic, as great as he
That's
is, he's not Shaq, and Murray isn't anything close to Kobe. But what I mean is that the way that they play, where they just kind of take turns killing you. That's what they did with us. With one guy like Jokic would get in foul trouble, and Murray would take over. And if Murray would cool off, Jokic would be. If Murray wasn't cooking, then Jokic would be cooking. So they're tough, and then their role players are excellent also. So really only need one other guy. If both those guys play, just like when we had Shaq and Kobe. If we already know what you're getting for those two guys, you really only need one of the other guys to step up. So they usually get that, and they're just they're tough to beat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Nuggets and 5, maybe 6, but the Heat, regardless, they've had so that's the type of team that can be happy by saying that they made the NBA Finals, because they don't have a LeBron or an AD, So, but congratulations to them. I was thinking, man, am I going to have to say tonight, uh, you know, uh, Riley's my ninja. I hate it had to be him because Riley's home team always. When he was with he spoke at Dr. Buss's funeral and said he had been with the Heat for years. He had, by the time Dr. Buss died, Riley had been away from the Lakers for like 23 years or something like that. And he gets up there and he goes, man, we're Lakers always, So he's a Laker to his core. So you always got to root for Riles. And I'm glad he was able to escape the infamy that would have been becoming the head of, the leader of the organizational leader of the front office leader of the first team to blow an 0-3 lead in the NBA. So the Red Sox got that in baseball, but the Celtics did not get that in basketball. So
Suckers, fuck Boston.
All right. And so with that said, the Lakers, free agency. That's.
Last thing about the Celtics. Wearing my Laker jersey.
Right.
Wearing my Pau Gasol jersey.
That's right.
I went to a Boston bar tonight. There's a Boston bar down the street from my house. I went to the Boston bar to watch the game in this jersey. I told Sheila, I was like, hey, we going to the Boston bar today, and I'm wearing my gang colors. Laker gang for life. So every Miami bucket, I was in there yelling. I was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. So fuck Boston, Laker gang, all that. We ain't never scared. We'll walk into the belly of the beast. And what we're against y'all for. You know what it is. You know what it is when I walk in here. And everybody, like, there's a couple other Laker fans, but they weren't wearing their gang colors. And I was looking like, it was one dude, he was wearing a gray Laker hat. A couple other guys just in regular gear. For me, I was in my gang colors. And after the game, they were like, oh, man, yeah, hey, you was trolling them hard. You was trolling them hard. I was like, you damn right. It's fuck Boston, and you know what it is. Don't play with me. This is real beef.
I'm trying to figure out who was set tripping more. Is it set tripping more at Boston for them to have a Boston bar in the middle of Los Angeles? Or was Mitch set tripping more by walking into the Boston bar with his Lakers colors on?
It's crazy because Yeah, this is like, this is West LA. It's like, and it's a damn Boston bar. And like we figured it out. I think we figured it out last year because the Celtics had a game that day, and then the Lakers had a bigger game. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't know when it was, but either way, Celtics had a game, but the Lakers had a game too. But it was a bigger Laker game. It was just a kind of regular ho hum Celtic game, but it was a big game for the Lakers. We might have been playing like the Warriors or something like that. So we went to we were going to the bar, whatever, whatever. And like they were playing the Boston game with sound, and we were like, oh, so, we're thinking, hey, this is Los Angeles. Can we get that Laker game with the sound now, or what's happening? They're like, oh, sorry guys, this is a Boston bar, so we have to keep playing the
But what
Celtics
the
sound.
hell
We
is
were
a
like,
Boston
what the
bar?
hell? It's weird. I don't know.
How are
It's
they
so
able?
weird.
I mean, who paid for that place? Matt Damon and Bill Simmons and Jack Black.
Maybe. Yeah, let me find out. Let me go through the damn public records, and we're gonna
They
find
probably
out who
paid
the
for that
hell.
bar to be put there.
It's crazy to me, but it's a Boston bar, and everybody was like, it was all green in there, like it was mostly green in there, like it's yeah, it's the craziest thing to me that we got a doggone Boston bar in the middle of LA. It's crazy. They're really out here. They are really out here.
Yeah, they
It's
love
it's
coming here.
oof,
Simmons
I
and
bet.
Damon and Affleck was born here, but he's known as a Boston guy. But if I were born in L.A. and raised in Boston, I'd say I'm from L.A.
Yeah, I would have. We got everything you need. What the
Yeah,
heck?
Simmons. As much as he hates L.A., bro, he's been here for over 20 years. He came and never left. He's
Crazy.
so
They love our weather
right,
and our beaches and everything, like our amenities and everything like that, but they won't root for our damn sports teams, huh? All right, we
right.
see you. Yeah, we see you. We see you.
Simmons he used to act like he liked the Clippers. He used to have season tickets to the Clippers, but of course, he despises the Lakers. So, but yeah, okay. So now, as far as this the Lakers off season goes, um, what like who must stay and who must go, and if if I feel like they shouldn't tamper too much with the nucleus of this team. Just because we ran in a Denver team that's a buzzsaw and had better players, our depth and our defense took us to the conference finals. We beat
Yeah.
a two-seeded Memphis team, and then we beat a Golden State team, the defending champions, with Curry and
Hmm.
all those guys. So I don't think we should tamper too much. It's like if we can't upgrade from Kyrie to if we can't upgrade from D'Lo to Kyrie, I would see what I can do. I mean, we definitely need somebody in that role. I don't think I don't think that Austin Reeves. Uh, I heard someone say, maybe it was Lakers Nation, that maybe Austin Reeves could be the guy to take over the point guard position if D'Lo's not back and they don't have a replacement there. That he could become the full time um, point guard. Uh, but I don't know about that. You know, that to me, that's we need if D'Lo's not going to be there, we need Kyrie or we need Trey Young. We need somebody in that spot. We can't just lose a player. We can't lose
Trey
somebody in
Young.
that spot.
What the hell? Shea Murray's not here. We don't have to give Trey Young any love. What the hell? Shea Murray's not here.
Um,
Trey Young is overrated.
well,
Yeah, no,
um,
Trey Young's overrated for sure.
and then, but yeah, man, you know, um, Dennis Schroeder. I wish people would talk more about him, man. I wish we could bring him back. He was an integral part of this team this year, you know. But it's going to be tight, and that's why the thing about it is that that's what sucked about us not being able to win it this year is that this is our best shot, you know. So many guys that are free agents that you either got to pay or you got to let walk. You're not gonna be able to bring everybody back, you know.
No.
So
Who
who?
can
I
we
mean,
bring in to fill
how?
the shoes? Not
Uh,
sure, but Schroeder. Listen. I don't think Kyrie's the answer for this team. I'm just not sure if he is. I just don't, man. I just don't trust Kyrie that he'll be able to, like, with Kyrie. There's so many hurdles. It's like, one, can he stay healthy? That's the main thing because he's fairly injury prone. He's a smaller player playing against grown men. So for can he stay healthy for 65 plus games? That's the first question. The second question, if he is healthy, will he be motivated to play 65 plus games this season? Because he's missed games, you know, aside from his Twitter and everything that happened with that, he's missed games, for non basketball reasons because he felt burnt out. So will he be able to, aside from injuries, if he doesn't get injured, will he be motivated for a full season? Will he be motivated in the playoffs? And so, just those two questions alone, I feel like are enough for any GM to be like, I don't know. So I don't know why a lot of people, Greg included, I don't know why everybody's like so like, oh yeah, Kyrie, Kyrie. There's a lot of questions outside of, like, even outside of basketball reasons why Kyrie shouldn't come. Um, for D'Angelo specifically, let's be honest, he had one bad series. So if anything, he had two good series and he had one bad series, to kind of keep it in perspective, right? Like, and his bad series was the last series. So this is
that's what
obviously
everybody's gonna remember, you know.
this is what everybody's going to remember. Nobody's going to remember the good series he had against Memphis, against Golden State, the good games he had. Like, nobody, it's crazy. Everybody is already forgetting. It's so crazy. Lakers Nation, Lakers Nation attention span is so short. It's amazing to me. Yeah, because forget all the good games he had. He had four bad games. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh man, D'Angelo, what the heck? No, he played amazing. No, he didn't. He didn't play good. He didn't play good against Denver for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter the reason. He didn't play good. At the end of the day, it's a make or miss league. He missed shots. He missed defensive assignments. So, do I think he did enough for us to bring him back and want to run it back with him? I think he did. I think he did just enough. I think he did just enough. Now, do I think he deserves the max? No, because if you want the max, then you need to play like a max player, and max players aren't going to have a bad series. Let's be honest, right? Like, so I think he deserves to come back, not at the max price though. So that's where I stand with D'Lo. Not at the max
And what's
price,
the
but I
max
would.
for him?
What was they were talking about 20 mil extension, something like that, I think.
It's four for. They said they were looking for four for 100 before he.
So 25.
Right, before the
That sounds
trade.
better. But yeah, then yeah. So sorry. So yeah, 25. Then where would I? I mean, so if 25 is the max, then 15.
But there's no
15.
way we can retain a 27-year-old point guard of his caliber with the money that guys are making. Doesn't Duncan Robinson make like $15 million a year? There's no way we're going to be able to get D'Lo back for $15 million a year. Really, what they should do is if we can't upgrade at that position, really it should be D'Angelo getting 25 million a year, and Reeves should be getting 15 million a year. I mean, Reeves one of those guys that it's like when Bill Simmons used to talk about, the Ben Wallace corollary, which is when a player is so underrated, he becomes overrated. You know, it's like that's what has happened. I feel like with Austin Reeves, it's like, really, you're going to give Austin Reeves $25 million a year?
I might.
I don't
I
think so.
mean, what did he average in the playoffs? I mean, he
Like
played
17 a game.
Really? That's it? He had a couple. He had a couple of down games, true, maybe, but let me see. Hold on, because
Let's not go crazy about Austin Reeves. But like I said, they need to retain him just because he's our guy. You know, the last guy we had like that who was our guy was probably Lonzo. Kuzma, maybe not quite to the same degree, but we love Kuzma. But this guy Reeves is such a fan favorite, and he's a good player. But we don't have to go overboard. And if we have to lose Austin Reeves, I feel like to get an all-star, all-NBA, guard, I feel like that's a decision we have to, I think that's something we have to do.
Anto.
16.9, right?
No, let me do it one more time. I'm gonna do it just for the Nugget series. Hold on. In the Nugget series, he averaged 21 points. He had 23, 22, 23, and 17.
So we're going to give him.
He shot 7 for 14, 8 for 16, 7 for 10, 6 for 11.
Okay, he's a nice player. I like him. But
I mean, 21 points in the Nugget series, though.
And we got swept. That's my point, kinda. If he has to play that big of a role, I feel like at points it was like, okay,
he needs AD's help though. If Austin Reeves is out here averaging 21,
yeah,
AD can't be giving me what he gave me.
Yeah, it's like,
because if Austin Reeves is going to give you 21 points a game in a series,
you should win that series.
You should win
with LeBron and AD too. But Reeves was like
with
the best
LeBron
player.
and AD. So if Austin Reeves, let's be honest, Austin Reeves was our third best player.
Mm-hmm.
What do you pay the third best player in the league nowadays? I feel like you pay him the max almost. Your third best player?
But if he's your third best player, that's a problem, I feel like.
I don't know. I mean, he's proven to put up the numbers.
It's like it was cute when he was doing it and like carrying the offense for stretches at a time and stuff. But I don't know. And how much better can he get?
He had a rough series against the Warriors. But I feel that was just mostly because of matchup and because he just couldn't defend. He couldn't defend the Warriors, which is weird. He had a rough time against the Warriors scoring wise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I mean, in comparison.
Hey, Mitch, you hear that?
Huh?
It's like a loud beeping sound.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't hear it.
All right. No. Yeah, you can. What were we on? Yeah, I just feel like we shouldn't. I don't know. It's like
versus the Warriors, he averaged 14.3. So yeah, he had a rough series against the Warriors, but
I'm just saying, let's temper the expectations and
I think he's only getting better.
But how much better can a guy like that get who's not a great athlete?
But the thing is, I mean, look at Joker. You
You
look at the
think
Joker.
Joker's
Is
like
he
a
Joker?
once in a lifetime to go in the
Uh,
second round and
look at a
even
guy
get.
like then look at a guy like Luca.
But is that the class of player we're putting Austin Reeves in now?
Is he gonna like go off for 30 a night? No, but could he go off for? I think Austin Reeves, he could be like, I think he could get up to like 17 and above a night. The way he scores, it's so easy.
Mitch,
It's
can
so
you
easy.
pull
The
up?
way that he navigates pick and roll is, it's just, I mean, put in he puts himself, no, now I hear it. He puts himself in position in pick and roll situations in that he's getting easy shots. Like just the way that he navigates. And it's like, yeah, I mean, as long as we keep running pick and rolls for him with him, I mean, I don't see why he doesn't continue to make those kinds of buckets.
Can you
And
think?
he's getting to the free throw line even more. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't see why he couldn't next season. I don't see why he couldn't average 17 and a half or above.
Can you think of any? Do you know of any? You don't have to look it up if you don't want, but any combo slash two guards who are going to be free agents unrestricted this summer? Can you think of any? Do you know of any?
Not off the top of my head. I didn't do my research. I didn't plan on doing my research until the finals are over, to be honest.
Right.
I'm also kind of waiting for, because I mean, like when you look at the free agent list, a lot of guys have player options as well. So we don't really know the free agent pool. So, I mean,
I
we're
was just
kind of,
going to say, let's say, I mean, I can't think of, I wish I could think of like just a random, like I said, combo guard. You know, would you rather break the bank for Reeves, 25 million a year? You bring him back Brewery too. At that point, there's no more money for D'Lo. You really have to go to the mid level or what's the one under that one, the type spare whatever mid level exception. Probably have to go there. And it's like, would you rather do that or re-sign D'Lo, re-sign Rory, and re-sign some random two guard who can still get you 17 to 18 points a game?
I don't know if there's a random guy out there that's, guys like Malik Monk.
Right.
I mean, they're
But
out
Reeves
there,
is
but
better than Malik Monk
they're
every
not. Oh, easily. He's way more consistent.
day.
Because I mean, Malik Monk is the kind of guy that he can get hot for sure. But when he's not like hitting ridiculous threes, then he's just not scoring. But Austin Reeves is the kind of guy that he gets easy enough shots that he's gonna average, what he averages. He's gonna be in double digit points.
Yeah, he shot
Unless he's off.
he shot 53% from the floor this year, so he's a very efficient player.
Very.
I like him,
He's
and I
getting easy shots.
yeah, I expect I'll be shocked if he's not back. But I'm just saying we should think twice maybe before we go. Let's pay him like he's all
Rob,
star.
Rob, if you're listening, I don't care what Anthos says. You back the Brinks truck up right to Austin Reeves' house right now. Pay this man his money. Keep this man. I'll spend all my money on Lakers merchandise right now. Back the Brinks truck up to Austin Reeves' house. I'm getting my Austin Reeves jersey the day that he signs. The day that Austin Reeves re-signs with the Lakers, that's the day I'm going to the doggone Lakers store, El Segundo. You'll find me buying my Austin Reeves jersey. You heard it here first.
All right. Okay, I think we don't. We got about like 25 minutes left. We should probably get into why Shane Murray did not join us tonight. I'll let you set the whole thing up.
Listen, Shane Murray is a lot of things. He is an author. He is a poet. He is a dreamer, a modern day Renaissance man. He is a homeowner, a wannabe ladies' man. Um, did I say homeowner?
Yeah.
Okay, good. He is also a big baby. People shame her through a tantrum. That's why he's not here. We finally had our one-on-one. Anthony Big Love Wilson versus Shane. Please do not touch the turtle shell, Murray. We pulled up to the park. The stage was set. The game began. Shane Murray did not start with the possession. And if you'll remember, Antho, he tried to tell us, he tried to set the stage for us. He gave us his game plan, and I'm here to tell you the game plan was working. It was working to perfection. I don't know what the hell Shane Murray was doing out there. He was dribbling. He was dribbling like he'd been watching James Harden highlights, dribbling for no reason. Antho was giving him shots, just like he said he would. And this fool's just, he's just dribbling. He was pounding the ball into the pavement. And I'm yelling at him. I'm like, dude, shoot the damn ball. What are you doing? You got an open shot. You better shoot it with some damn confidence and let's go. Shot it. It was off because, he's just, look again, he's just dribbling into the pavement. His shot was off. Antho gets the ball into the post. Maybe about his third possession or something like that. Scores the first bucket of the game. Antho gets the ball back. I believe he misses. Shane gets it again. He's dribbling the ball into the pavement. Misses the shot. Antho, of course, gets the rebound. Takes his time. He just dribbles Shane Murray down into the down into the pits of the post. Goes up. Calls foul. Shane Murray assaulted. He assaulted you with the ball, with the basketball. I have it on tape. He assaulted you with the basketball. He threw the ball at you. Listen, Shane Murray's rage has gone unchecked for way too long. What I saw was disturbing. This man, for such a wee little fella, he has a lot of anger inside of him for some reason. And I do not know why. All jokes aside. all jokes aside, though. All jokes aside. He has a lot of anger. And like this anger came out of damn nowhere. I'm telling you, I've got the tapes. I will release them. I will release the footage to the public. Now, once this episode comes out, Shane Murray, he's not here to defend himself, so I'll be somewhat fair. Shane Murray says he was elbowed twice in the face by Anthony in the post. I did not see it. I've been reviewing the tapes. So I mean, just like in the NBA, I have to be the one to review the tapes, to put out a last 2-minute report. I've been reviewing the tapes. I've seen no such elbow. I mean, did the video show a bad angle? Is that what it was? I don't know. Maybe. Either way it goes. Shane Murray claims he was elbowed in the face twice. So on this second bucket, or after, this is actually, the score was 2-0. The score was 2-0.
Right.
Anthony was going for 3-0 when he called foul, which, I mean, Shane fouled him. Shane claims that he was elbowed in the face for the second time, and he could not believe, he called Anthony all kinds of names, and I can't believe you're, calling this. And I asked him, I was like, well, if you feel like you got elbowed in the face, did you call foul? Well, if you feel you got elbowed in the face, call foul. Like this is basketball.
Yes.
And what I told him, listen, you've been playing basketball for the better part of your life. You never come across a guy that's being physical and then will call foul. Like when you play basketball, guys are gonna call fouls that you don't think are fouls. After maybe you get a little physicality from them, and then they call foul after. It's gonna happen. It happens every single time. Like every single time in pickup. Like I did not understand his rage. I can only come to the conclusion that his rage against Anthony is, it's deeper than basketball. He has some deep-seated hatred towards you, Anthony. I don't know what it is. I tried to get him to talk about it. He has refused. He claims to have moved on, but clearly, since he can't talk about it, he hasn't moved on. This guy, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I'm actually really worried for this guy. Like,
Yeah,
I'm legitimately concerned because this anger, I don't know, man. This anger is just, it's too much. It was funny at first, but then I was like, oh my gosh, like,
yeah.
dude,
The more you think about it, you go, "What the heck?
I was just like, dude, seriously, like,
What was that?"
legitimately,
Yeah.
like legit. All jokes aside, I was legit concerned the way that he reacted. And if Shane
It was
Murray,
like roid rage.
it was like roid rage. And if the big dummy had stayed long enough to hear me out, I would have been like, dude, listen, even if you're angry with Anthony for whatever reason, like you can only control, how you react to situations. And the way that you reacted was it
Unreasonable.
wasn't it
Ridiculous.
was it wasn't
Unacceptable.
great. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. And now, Anthony, I'm gonna be honest with you too. Afterwards, you definitely egged him on a little bit. You egged him on a little bit. You didn't have to do all that to that. You didn't have to do that to poor little feller.
What did I do to him? I mean,
Oh my, you egged him on a little bit. You egged him on a little bit.
he was already in a complete tirade.
He was. He was. He was definitely in the midst of a mental breakdown of some sort. But yeah, you definitely egged him on. You didn't have to do him like that. Poor little
He was
feller.
ready to kick my ass.
He was no, listen. I mean, I was honestly about to really find out if Shane Murray could fight. I thought he was going to throw hands on you. That's where it got to. I thought he was gonna throw hands. I was finally about to find out. And Shane Murray fight? I was about to find out. And you kept egging him on, egging him on. This has been, I don't know, man. Maybe this goes back to all your Facebook posts, or
It's a whole bunch of stuff, probably.
Man, this has
He
just
hates
been
everything
built up.
about me.
This has just been built up anger that he has against you, built up resentment. How would the podcast go forward? Every time I bring it up, because listen, let's be honest, I'm an instigator, so I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
Hey, look, man.
Every
Mitch,
time I bring it up, he's gonna try to quit.
Mitch,
What's gonna happen with this guy?
when I went out there on Saturday, bro, I was just expecting a good, clean game of one-on-one basketball. Now,
Right.
from the opening, as soon as I, like you said, I won the basically, Shane shot 40, missed, and I got it. I got the ball first.
Missed terribly. He missed terribly. Throw that in
Right.
there too.
And so
He missed horribly.
immediately Shane walks up to me and starts like playing. I feel like was super overly physical out. I had the ball out, at the top of the key basically.
He was
And
playing normal defense.
I feel like I mean, I haven't, like I said, I hadn't played, bro. I hadn't touched a basketball in 5.5 years, and hadn't played any type of competitive ball in more than 10 years.
He
And
was playing the kind of defense that you play when somebody's been talking shit to you.
right, that's
Like
what I'm saying.
he
Though.
was playing 90s Chicago defense. He was playing that Gary Payton defense, like all the 90s defense and it wasn't even. It was just he had his forearm on you when you were dribbling, but I was like, but he was on you. Well, he was, excuse me, he was close. He was definitely close to you.
Yeah, but and I
He had
just
his forearm on you, but nothing extra. I don't think it was anything extra physical. It was just the kind of defense that it's like, okay. He was like, okay. Oh, you want to talk that? You want to talk that? Yeah, yeah. He was like, oh,
but he was mad.
yo,
He
let's
was
get this
angry.
thing.
He was angry from the first possession. And I'm the
What'd
type
you
of
do to him
guy,
in the car ride over there?
huh?
What'd you do to him? What did you do to him?
Bro,
You did something to him.
I
What'd
was
you
not
do?
messing with him.
Oh my goodness.
Because he was damn near falling asleep. I was afraid he was gonna crash the car.
Oh my
So,
gosh. He
but
was
I'm the
mad
type,
you sat in the back seat. That's what it was. Why you
yeah,
why you treat him like that? Don't do that to
and
my boy.
he hates driving me around anyway, even when I'm
Oh,
going places
that's
to do
what it
something
is.
to him. And then, but
That's
then,
what it is.
so I'm the type of guy. I remember when Floyd Mayweather was talking about Ricky Hatton, and Ricky Hatton fought Costa Zoo, and Ricky Hatton was using his elbow with Costa Zoo, and Floyd
Right.
goes, "Man, I'm not Costa Zoo. If you hit me with an elbow, I'm gonna hit you with an elbow." No, and so I
Amen.
felt like in my mind, Shane was playing overly physical, and so I'm the type of guy, and really, I really wasn't. I didn't go that hard because let's be honest, if I really wanted to, I could just barrel. But I was right through Shane, because I'm that much bigger. But I was trying to play basketball, right? And so I feel like
Right.
Shane was trying to play football. I know Mitch disagrees, but I was like, and like when Shane had the ball, a couple times he drove, to try to make a little float or a layup or whatever, and I would just basically bump him and hit him like a take foul, basically, like just taking the foul basically. And because I'm the type of guy, like I feel like I wasn't gonna let him play physical with me, and I don't play physical with him back. And I feel like when I was under the basket, after I backed him in the basket, and if I turn around and I can't even lift my arms to go up with my shot, it's because you're like anchoring me. I feel like he was anchoring me down. I feel like that was a foul. So, but like I said, the thing about it, is like he said he's been playing. Like I said, I hadn't played in years. He's played more recently, but we're both old. I'm 35. He's 34. We're both out of shape. You played him right after, he quit against me, and I could see that you're still in rhythm, in basketball shape and basketball rhythm, and I'm
I've been
not,
playing.
huh?
I've been playing.
Right. I'm
I've
not.
been playing.
So I
I'm like
I
LeBron,
was
you 20. What up? Hashtag washed king.
yeah. So I was it's like it was crazy that like I was looking at on YouTube at games of one on one just to see if the way that they were playing was similar to how like the game between me and Shannon. I feel like it was a cleaner game when they were like playing online. It was kind of more like the way that he on YouTube, kind of like the way that he. I feel like because he played, like I said, he played against you right after that, and I feel like it was a cleaner game. He allowed you more freedom of movement.
See, the thing, if he tries to get that close to me, see, he has to play me. He has to play me back. Because if
Mhm,
he gets that close to me, I'm just gonna go by him.
mhm,
That's the difference.
right.
So
So
he felt like you guys were speed wise, you guys were close enough that he could play closer to you. So he's got to play. If he plays that close to me, I'm just gonna go right by him every single time.
right, and
He's too
so
slow to guard me. Let's be honest.
but my win, and I was
All right,
telling
that's
him,
right, Shay Murray. I said it. You're too slow to guard me.
but yeah, But the thing is, and Shane was tired. He was, like I said, bro. We only played like I was up 2-0 when he quit. We might have played a total. I mean, it was like 10 minutes of actual like real time that we were actually playing. And
Something
he
like that. It was definitely short.
yeah, and he was bending over. And obviously, I was exhausted. Like after like the first couple possessions, I was already like, bruh, I don't know what I was thinking or who I thought I was that I could get out there when I have been physically active in years. When in my prime, I wasn't really in shape. From back in the day, bruh. I would get
Right.
tired after a few times up and down the court. So it's like I don't know what I thought I was going to do, but I was able to, like I said, if you go back and you listen to episode 220, when the whole ordeal first started, when the challenge was made, and the trash talking about the game and stuff started, or the matchups, the one-on-one match game started. Um, I pretty much said exactly what was going to happen, which I was going to play off of him,
Yep.
and then on offense, I was going to just back him in the basket, and that's what happened. And I was up 2-0, and I almost feel like it was like when Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield for the second time. And so Evander had already beat him the first time, right? And so Teddy Atlas, who knows Tyson from way back, he correctly predicted that Tyson would do something in the second fight because he knew that Holyfield wasn't intimidating, that he couldn't beat him, but that he knew that because Tyson Tyson was a bully, he fed off intimidation, so he knew
Hmm.
basically that he couldn't beat Holyfield, so he would find a way out of the fight, and we all know what happened. That was the bike fight. And I feel like, right, I feel like Shane, and it was crazy, like you were saying that Shane was saying I elbowed him twice. But with Tyson bit Holyfield's ear after the fight, he's talking to Jim Gray. He was saying he was trying to, he was headbutting me twice. It was the same type of thing. He had an excuse for his rage, and I just feel like it was kind of like he was, almost like he was looking for a way out of, what could have
And
been.
let's set the record straight. Did you elbow Shane Murray
I didn't feel
twice?
like I didn't notice I didn't notice elbowing him. Like if I did, I didn't realize that I did.
Mm.
You know, but
So do
I'm
you
the
want
type
to
of
take
guy.
this? Do you want to take this opportunity to apologize if let's say you accidentally elbowed Shane Murray? Do you want to take this opportunity to apologize to the poor little feller?
I don't apologize at all because we're just
Oh,
playing basketball. You know, I mean it's the game of
gotcha.
basketball. You're gonna take elbows. It happens. It's not personal. You
Mm.
know, I'm 6'1", he's 5'6". If I turn into him, he might catch an elbow in the face. He's trying to guard me in the post. You know, it's like, bro. I mean, let's face it, Shane. You're not supposed to be able to guard me. So, um, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I don't know. I mean, Shane Murray's the guy who we all know.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all like Shane. I feel like me and Shane, we've been friends for, we went to Murphy. It's over 20 years now since we started Murphy. Me and Shane been friends for over
We,
20 years. It's like me and
we
you been
met
friends
we
for
met Shane Murray in 2002.
right.
It's 21
So
years.
it's like, we've always gotten along and joked and, cracked jokes and of course we don't agree on a lot of stuff. But even when, I never felt like any of this stuff was personal when we would be, going back and forth. And he gets on me like a damn dog on here. Go back and look at that clip, at that, um, episode 220. He said all type of stuff about me. I don't take it personally. We're friends. We're cracking jokes. This is what guys do, So, um, but at the end of the day, like I said, he low key was acting like on Saturday, like you were trying to talk him into continuing, and I was like, no, it's too late. You already quit. I mean, I was exhausted. I accepted his resignation, and I'll take my 2-0
So,
victory.
so what does this mean for the bet? Shane
Huh?
Murray, he forfeit, right? He forfeit. That means he lost. Well, there was a bet attached to this.
Right. He needs
That's
to
why
come on here.
I
And he
begged
needs
him not to quit. I begged him not to quit because I remembered that it was the whole purpose of the game was bigger than basketball. I remembered the true purpose of this game. There was a bet attached to this.
right. Shane Murray
And
has to come on here. I'm gonna have Shane Murray recite, you know, all the statistics that show that a certain race of women need to do better.
and he has to wear a MAGA hat while he's doing it.
That's right.
Man,
But yeah, we are
guaranteed he's not going to do it. He's not a man of his word. He doesn't feel like he lost, even though he quit.
right. It's like
End of the day,
in
listen,
boxing, if you quit, if you can't continue because of injury and it's
that's a
not
loss.
past like the fourth round, it's a no contest. But if you just quit because of whatever, like you're just like whatever, I quit for any other reason, a non-injury reason, then that's a loss. Like when
He
Roberto
wasn't injured.
Duran quit against Ray Leonard. So
Right.
at the end of the day, bro, I beat Shane Murray 2-0, no rematches. I was gonna say it is
No,
ridiculous that we were trying to go to 11. I don't think we would have even made it to 11. We would have been all night. Somebody would have died probably from the crowd.
if there's a rematch, fuck that. It's got to go to 7.
Yeah, 5 or 7 at the most.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, y'all
So
got to go to 7 for sure.
yeah. So but if we ever play
No,
again,
you're right. We're to 5.
I'll
No,
be in
let's
better.
just no 7. Rematch got to go to 7.
If we ever play again, I'll be in better shape because I was encouraged just to get out there, and play a little bit. And I want to start playing again, and getting in better shape and getting my rhythm back. But we're almost out of
Since Shane Murray, he wants to. Since Shane Murray wants to cry about the fact that he quit, I would like to advocate for a rematch to 7 on Shane Murray's behalf. I will advocate for that when he eventually comes back to the podcast. Hmm.
only
Shame.
if I
Oh, I wanted to give I wanted to, shout out somewhat the late great Jerry Springer and give Shane Murray my final thoughts.
make it quick because we're almost out of time. We got like 2 minutes left.
Oh, perfect. Just like Jerry. Shout out to Jerry Springer. 60 seconds. My final thoughts to Shane Murray. I feel like I already said it, but what I will say to Shane Murray, which anything I'll say here, I'll say to his face. You know, all like I said, all jokes aside, you end of the day, you quit the game. You quit the game, but and there may have been some factors that went into it, but as a basketball player, as a male, you as a person really, you can only control the things that you can control. You felt like you got hit in the face, that's fine. Call foul. That's what you can control. You feeling like he's playing too physical, let him know. Call foul. But I mean, you don't quit. I don't believe Shane Murray. I was a little, I don't believe Shane Murray is a quitter. Like I was gonna tell him, you're a lot of things.
Mitch, you got wait, bro. You got to say bye to Herbert because we don't have any more time to talk about Shane Murray. It's over.
Shane Murray, you're a lot of things. You're not a quitter. Just know that. I do not believe you're a quitter. I believe you're a great person, deep down in your very, very small body. So sorry, Herbert. I know Herbert wanted to get on and also discuss the one-on-one, but unfortunately we've spoken. Even when Shane Murray's here, he somehow finds a way to take up time on the podcast. And sorry, Herbert, we're out of time.
Sorry, Herbert. All right, so before we get out of here, just a few reminders. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers podcast. And finally, send feedback and mailbag questions to Complete Lakers Podcast at gmail.com. We are out.